Hello dear friends, here we are, Drops of Light, by the spirit author Camisiro Cunha, through the psychography of Xavier. We are here with you at Cardiac Radio on the app or the web, cardiacradio.com, or here, Facebook Live, and you can also now listen to Cardiac Radio through the Facebook page. Yes, if you cannot watch it, you can listen to it. It's written Listen Live, okay? And we are here today to study chapter 26 of the book, Drops of Light. This is about conversations. That's the title. You know, when we are in conversations, so what do? You know, Spiritism can guide us. Yes, it's the promised consoler. The promised consoler comes to us to guide us, to make sure that there is a model for us. Did you know that neuroscience already found out that our brains are built to imitate? And that's good or bad. It could be bad, because then it tells us we need to be selective. We need to make choices. Choices of whom we're going to be with. Yes, no wonder Emmanuel taught Xavier, the great medium. When you are around or with people that need to learn, you're teaching, helping them. When you are around people that can teach, open yourself to learn. When you're around, again, people who need help, be ready to serve. When you're around people who can teach you, be ready to open. Often we do the reverse. We want to teach people who know more than we do, and we actually imitate those whom we should be teaching. Sometimes even parents do this nowadays. They see this wisdom of the new generation, and they fall in the trap of saying, oh, I'm now going to learn with my child. Of course we learn through the task and the fulfillment, because they are millennial spirits too. But our role is not to be postponed. The same for our relationships, irrespective of other specific roles. We really need to be aware. Every time I meet somebody, I'm not judging, but I'm going to say, is this person in need of my help? Let me serve. Is this person showing something that I can learn? Let me learn. I need to always ask those questions, okay? Not to create confusion, because if we do, what's going to happen? We won't be able to progress fast. We'll be stumbling all the time. But we are not, because we have Camisiro Cunha, his beautiful poetry. Poetry is a form of music, says Leon Denis. Music is movement. They are under the laws of rhythm and vibration, and they help us gain new knowledge, but also give us moral strength. That's all that we need. How often we go through conflicts in our daily basis. You know, let me ask you this question before I say hi to the beautiful community here, and also before we read the poems. Do you realize, can you observe that in our childhood and teenage years, and probably to date, the voice of criticism and self-criticism is always higher? Have you observed it? Always higher. I'm not good enough. I am a messy person. I am anything negative. Why? Because it's the first time on the earth that we know that positive thinking is vital. So you and I need to reprogram our minds. When in Spiritism we learn about the inner transformation, people often reinforce the discourse of criticism. Oh, I'm such a bad person. Oh, now with Spiritism, I see my flaws. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. Spiritism is actually teaching you and I, one, that you're immortal spirit, that's good. That you're always evolving. So if I don't know anything now, I am destined to learn. Today or tomorrow, there's no escape. Oh, but I can't do this. Well, you better start visualizing. I better start visualizing that sooner or later I will conquer that. I am destined to progress. So when people tell me that once they enter the Spiritist teachings, they start feeling greater guilt, they're not reading correctly. Because the true Spiritist teachings is about the good news. And good news, as Jesus said to Bartholomew, have you heard of any good news that don't bring joy? Have you? I haven't. So tonight, rejoice because we have more good news to you, to me, to all of us, and to Carol. Say hi to Carol.
Hello, eternal friends.
You see, Carol is here. Working, of course, right, Carol?
Right.
Yeah, this is no spa or retreat center. Right, Carol?
Right.
Only for the soul.
Retreat for the spirits.
Carol is saying, for the soul. I cannot believe I'm reading a name here. Julio Zakarchenko. Mamma mia, where have you been, my friend? Miss you, miss you, miss you. We need to talk. Thank you for being here. Rihanna, can I say to everybody that you told me that the books are in the airport in Johannesburg? And tomorrow you'll be there second time because they are on backlog. So guys, tonight everybody praying because she's going there and we need that they release the books, right, Kara?
Right.
Release our books without asking for tip, without asking for tips. Right, Rihanna? We're with you, my friend, okay? That's what it is. Ceisa, how are you? Ceisa, big kiss. Adilson, big hug. Marilda, a hug and a kiss. And Solange, how are you? A big hug to you. Danny and Erica, how are you? A kiss to all of you. Leia Severo, beautiful Leia is here with us. What can I say? But thank you, Leia. Rafael Medeiros, how are you, my friend? Teresa Castro, beautiful Teresa Castro. Lívia Moraes, you're right, we attract alike spirits. Sunshine, sunshine. And friends like Duska and others are teaching courses in Spiritism in California. So, stay tuned. Bezerra de Menezes Healing Center, Spiritist Center, sorry if I messed up, is there for you, right, sunshine? Just so people know. Karina, beautiful Karina, studying. As Camisiro said, do not run away from your books. Actually, sleep with them. Hipólito, he is, yes, that's, oh, you started studying this book? On the Way to the Light. By Emmanuel, in Piraju, São Paulo. That's beautiful, Hipólito. You mean in English or in Portuguese? Just to clarify, okay? But that's beautiful anyways. Sylvia, my friend, how are you? Antonio Henrique, how are you, Antonio? Friends, Spiritist poetry, as Leon Denis says, is a form of music. But why does it matter to us? Because Jesus said to Nicodemus, it's not enough to know the scriptures. We need to feel them. And poetry is a matter of knowing and feeling together. Okay? Has rhythm, vibration. Your brain responds differently to the words that are put together in a poem. Tonight we're going to learn about tips and hints on conversations. You ready? I'm going to read to you first in Portuguese because the original was in Portuguese. It's like a song. And then later we're going to read in English. We're talking about 10 stanzas, okay? Chapter 26 from the book Gotas de Luz. For those who don't understand Portuguese, hold on. Feel the scriptures. No, all of us, everyone. Right, Carol?
Right.
26, titled Palhetas. The word palhetas means many things. Here it means conversations, okay? That's what we come to know through the studies of the book. Se calmo, por mais que a dor surja negra, triste e má. Ninguém sabe o rumo certo do minuto que virá. Trabalhe incessantemente quem busque ventura e paz. Se a preguiça segue à frente, a miséria surge atrás. Em teus modos e costumes, sê generoso e conciso. Maus modos em toda parte, em qualquer parte, são fontes de prejuízo. Constrói sobre a retidão a tua felicidade. Abismos chamam abismos. Bondade chama bondade. Há dois males que nos fazem a vida escura e enfermiça, a chaga da ignorância e a ulceração da preguiça. A queixa de todo instante é lagarto triste e feio que afasta de nossa luta a bênção do amparo alheio. Não menoscabes o ensejo de servir e aprender. Todo minuto é momento de dar ou de receber. Jamais te esqueça na vida deste aforismo profundo. Quem é bom dentro de casa é bom para todo mundo. Quem sabe sacrificar-se numa questão pequenina revela trazer consigo a força da luz divina. Em tua missão no bem, sê diligente e tenaz. Nada se deve no mundo àquele que nada faz. Okay, ready for the English? Okay, shall we? Conversations or in conversations. This is not the final translation. We're still working on the final, but this is pretty much what it is. Be calm, no matter if pain appears dark, sad, and evil. No one knows the right course of the minute that will come. Work incessantly. Whomever seeks fortune and peace. If laziness persists, misery will follow through. In your manners and customs, be generous and concise. Bad manners anywhere is recipe for loss. Build up your happiness on righteousness always. Abysses call abysses. Goodness calls goodness. There are two evils that make life dark and sick: the scourge of ignorance and the usuration of laziness. The complaint of every moment is a sad and ugly lizard that removes from our struggle the blessing of others' protection. Do not detract from the opportunity of serving and learning. Every minute is time of giving and receiving. In life, never forget this profound aphorism: whomever is good at home is also good to the whole world. The one who sacrifices in a small matter reveals within the power of light divine. In your mission in the good, be diligent and tenacious. Nothing is due in the world to the one who does nothing. Yes, in conversations. Of course, there is a central theme here. And as you can see, as we said in the introduction that the Spirit gave to us, we're talking about serving, learning, versus being lazy, being inertia, doing nothing. So the question is, can we optimize our time and become more useful? In the Spirit book by Allan Kardec, we've come to know in the law of work, which is in the third part of the Spirit book, subdivided in 4 parts. In the third part, law of work, Kardec asks the definition of work according to the spirits, the illuminated spirits. And they say, work is every useful occupation. This poem today is about that as well. How much of your 24 hours do you think you're making it useful? Statistics, shall we? Yeah, 24 hours, 100%. Then you would be Jesus, so not there yet. I'm not Jesus too, so not 100%. Useful in our thoughts, words, feelings, and actions. Going to work may not be useful. If I go to work and I am bad-mouthing my colleagues and my boss, if I am not fulfilling my tasks, being passive-aggressive, creating gossips, being the gossip mill, those hours, those 8 hours at work are actually against us because we are not useful. On the contrary, we were useless. At home, everybody wants to come home, relax, do nothing, as if it's a lazy nest, right? In the United States, there is a brand of chairs named Lazy Boy. I don't like the name. I think it's not good because everything in Spiritism says we should not be lazy at all, not even in the thought, not even the name. So when we go home, of course, we want to relax, we want to recharge, we want to prepare ourselves for the duties, but not being lazy. So the question is, are we being useful in our homes? Are we being useful in our neighborhood? Are we being useful when we're driving? It depends what kinds of thoughts, feelings, words that I produce. So we need to think. And Camisiro Cunha, in his second stanza, he says, work incessantly. Incessantly. If you search or seek happiness and peace. I want to be happy. I want to be at peace, and people think that that means being at the beach and doing nothing. That's not right. What is it? Work incessantly, meaning not be a workaholic, but be what? Useful, always. But not only to you, to us, all of us. Not to me. Where do you think you are in that regard? Scale 0 to 10. It's important that we evaluate. Today in our Gospel at Home, we were reading a message by another spirit author from a book that is barely barely studied nowadays. Paz e Renovação by Xavier, the psychography. And it says that in a reincarnation, one of the worst things is not to know our obstacles, our limitations, and basically also forgetting that we're here to evolve, to improve, to redeem ourselves, to get rid of our complexity, become simpler. Who am I? Oh, I'm so tired. I don't know. I'm so confused. Be simple. Who am I? I am a child of God. That's simple. Right, Kara?
Right?
I am a child of God. I am my spirit living on earth. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I reincarnated to learn to do good. Yes, and that's precisely what he says here. In this poem, clear cut, he says, we are here. Do not detract from the opportunity of serving and learning. Every minute is time to give and to receive and to give. Every minute. Precisely what Emmanuel said to Chico. Chico, pay attention. This person, you're going to serve or learn with her. Both good, but pay attention. Serve, learn, clear. Right, Hercules? Thank you for being with us, my friend. Yes, he's reminding us every use of occupation is work. Clara Simões, how are you? And Luciana and Tuani, missing you. Thank you, friends, for joining us. We're making a strong current, international, of mental thoughts that are positive, that are helping the world as we speak. André Luiz explains, we have two choices. Logging in the account of the positive thoughts or the account of the destructive ones. What do you want? The neutral doesn't exist. There are only two accounts. Which one do you want?
The good.
The good. Because God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. God is so good to us. God is so good to us. God is so good. He's so good to us. Right? Margaret Carmo. Thank you, Carol. Now, where do we begin, he says? In the mission of doing the good. He says we need to be diligent and tenacious. Casimiro, as Karina said yesterday in her Portuguese written post, he's adorable. Why is he adorable? He says precisely what we need to listen. Thank you, Casimiro. But he says it smoothly, in a very romantic way. Right, Karina? And I say, you know, the romantic of the good spirits that love us unconditionally. They say, you know, come to do the good because the good feels good. Right? Be diligent and tenacious in the mission, in the good. I know many people who want to do the good, and when they face the opposite, like, the good's not so good. No. You're supposed to work hard. Be diligent and tenacious. Meaning strong, determined. Of course people are not going to understand you. Because if they do, you're not doing the right job. People didn't understand Jesus, they're going to understand us. I mean, that's a dream. That's never going to happen to us. Because he said, what is happening to me is going to happen to you and more. Why? Because I am the living branch, and you are the dry ones. He didn't want to put us down, but he warned us. He was so realistic. I know people who don't want to receive true, real news. They want the la la land. They want speakers that are always saying jokes. They want to hear the good news, but not talking the real news, fake news. In this world, Spiritism brought to us the good news, but real. It's not fake. It's telling us, come on, come, evolve, come, keep coming, keep coming. No, 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 do not rest. Do not sleep. Do not be lazy. Do not dream about the next vacation. Go to Fraternity Without Borders, volunteer, join forces with Angelita, with Wagner, the founder, and many others who are in Mozambique, in Madagascar, and other locations, helping people in their vacation. That's a good vacation. That's a good vacation. Recently, I have a friend who was going to Cancun, and she's so adorable. She put together clothes and stuff to take for the people who are in need in Cancun. But she doesn't know them specifically, but she knows that they are there. So she's going to enjoy her time there, but she's also bringing extra luggage for it. What a beautiful concept, right? Valéria Benfica is here. Valéria Benfica, your books are already in the Spiritist Center in Brazil. Centro Espírita Luz e Caridade is going to turn 100 years. I'm going to share with you soon a picture of my great-great-grandfather and his wife, who were some of the families that started the center 100 years ago, currently being directed by my grandmother, aunt, cousin, and many people. And it's so interesting because the center has done so much to many people. And Valéria helped. The books are there. The books that others of you have been helping are coming along or will be brought in there. Thank you, Valéria, once again. Okay? Nico is here. Aglaes Wolber is here. Sunshine is asking, if I wanted to help in Mozambique and don't speak Portuguese, does that work? Do they speak English? Good question, Leia Severo. What is the answer? I don't know. But I know Angelita speaks English if she's there. But that's a good question. I think it's okay, right? Yeah, Livia, it's never too late to learn a new language, but I tell you, speaking English, keep the English. I'm just joking, but we'll verify, okay, Sunshine? Thank you for asking. I know that in Madagascar they speak French, okay? So that's a good question, but we'll find out. Good point. And here we have Camisiro Cunha. Manners. That's another highlight. We never talk about manners, about etiquette. It's so important. We need to learn so much in that regard because our society became so informal that oftentimes we are rude, rough, and we don't realize. How often I don't realize. I only see people's face and I'm like, oh, that didn't work. But we need to work on it. They say, in your manners, be generous and concise. Not like a chatterbox. You know, that's terrible. When people come and start talking about their whole lives, unless you're in a therapeutic process, unless you need to talk to a friend. But in our daily lives, we really want to be generous, giving people opportunity to be themselves. And bad manners is a recipe for loss. Sometimes we lose a job opportunity because we speak too much. And sometimes too much about our capacities. Yes, it's like, you know, I'm great at this, I'm great at that, and I'm great at the other. And if I am the employee, I'm like, that's a lot of self-confidence beyond what we need. Maybe we don't need that. It's gonna give us a headache. So he's asking us to tone it down. It's like you have colors that are darker or lighter. Dark blue, light blue. Dark pink, light pink. In our conversations, we need to do light blue, light pink, light yellow, light green, light purple, light whatever color, whatever feeling, shifting. How do you do this, right? You may be asking. Emotional awareness. How are we to boost emotional awareness? Be mindful, making the present pleasant, breathing. I step back, breathe in and out. If I'm speaking too much, I step back. I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna stop, listen, say nothing. But I feel unsettled, Vanessa, if I'm not speaking a lot and all the time and with everybody all the time. Then we need a treatment, because it tells us there is something that is not adjusted. But we should be able to learn, like Mentor Joseph was sharing with us the other day. In higher planets, happier planets, people don't gather together and speak their minds. They gather together and they first emanate feelings, good thoughts. They give. They don't go there to suck. Because often when we speak, we're sucking people's energies. We're sucking it out. Okay? Adilson is saying, I'm sure you would be fine, Sunshine. Andre will be in New York 3 weeks. He's one of the coordinators of Fraternity Without Borders. Thank you. We'll get to know, right? Thank you, Rudy. Carlos certainly will receive your beautiful comments, okay? There you go. We have here an opportunity. Andre, you see, Rihanna says that they speak English there. Vera Matos does too. Andre, beautiful. We have a beautiful team. Join the club. Join the club. Our lives are becoming so much better. So that's why in this poetry, we're going to wrap up by reading this. That there are two evils we need to keep in mind. The scourge of ignorance and the ulceration of laziness. Ignorance, antidote, knowledge, experience. Antidote for laziness, work, be useful. So let us repeat to ourselves, so we coach ourselves to this moment. Put your hand, my friend, here on your chest. And this is a technique that science validates. You're not only simulating your physical body, but you're also integrating your brain into the feelings that you want to achieve, into this reprogramming of your mind. As Emmanuel says, thought is life. So let us seek the good. Seeking the good now. I am useful all the time. You're saying, no, Vanessa, I'm not. No, but that's the plan. We're like designing our lives now. Architecting it. Engineering it. Feeling, visualizing. I am useful all the time. Again. I am useful all the time. One more. I know how to speak wisely. I know how to speak wisely. I know to speak with wisdom. How does it feel? Good? We need to practice these affirmations in the next 24 hours so we can reprogram our minds and follow through these teachings to serve and to learn always. Right, my friends? Thank you, Maria Silvia. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Marilda. Thank you, all of you. And don't forget, you are light. You are peace. You are joy of living. So let your light shine. This little light of yours. You're gonna let it shine. This little light of yours. You're gonna let it shine. This little light of yours. You're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of ours. We're gonna let it shine. This little light of ours. We're gonna let it shine. Shine, let it shine, let it shine. Goodbye till tomorrow.